Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a mystery that's unfolding right now, in our own cosmic backyard. An object is speeding into our solar system, and it's forcing us to ask some pretty huge questions.
Okay, let's get right into it. This whole thing kicked off with a discovery that has the scientific community just buzzing. They've found the third interstellar object ever detected, and it's been named 3I/Atlas.
So the very first thing that made everyone sit up and pay attention was its size. This thing is enormous. Based on how bright it is, scientists think it's about 20 kilometers across. That is just a mind-boggling scale. To give you some perspective, that is extraordinarily rare. For a natural object this massive to just wander through our inner solar system, well, statistically, that should only happen about once every 10,000 years.
So, what do we really know about this massive, completely unexpected visitor from the depths of interstellar space? All right, let's start with the official explanation. This is the theory you're going to hear from most astronomers if you ask them about 3I/Atlas. The standard, conventional idea is that it's a completely natural object, just a giant, icy rock on a very long journey between star systems. It's definitely the simplest answer.
And what's the one thing we all know about comets? It's the tail, right? That is its absolute signature. It's the defining feature, that beautiful, glowing trail that says, hey, I'm a comet. But, and this is a big but, this is where things start to get really weird. Because when we look closer with our best telescopes, that simple comet theory, well, it starts to run into some serious trouble. So the Hubble Space Telescope got a good long look at 3I/Atlas. So what did the most powerful observatory we have actually manage to see? Okay, get this. The first and most shocking observation is that it's missing the one thing that would prove it's a comet. There's just no tail at all. What's even more bizarre is what Hubble did see. It doesn't have a tail streaming behind it. Instead, one expert put it pretty dramatically. He said it looks like it has headlights. This is a fundamental contradiction. A comet's tail glows behind it because it's being pushed away by the sun. This thing seems to be glowing from the front. That's just not supposed to happen. And the weirdness doesn't stop there. Its trajectory, the actual path it's taking through our solar system, is what you might call incredibly suspicious. Just think about this for a second. Its path is almost perfectly fine-tuned to swing by multiple planets in our system. And then, at its most critical moment, its closest approach to the sun, it happens to be perfectly hidden from our view here on Earth. Coincidence? Let's actually talk about the odds here. The probability of any random interstellar object having a path so perfectly lined up with the plane of our planets is only 1 in 500. By itself, that's a pretty remarkable coincidence. But it gets so much crazier. When you factor in the timing, for it to arrive just right for those close passes with Jupiter, Mars, and Venus, the odds of that happening by chance are a staggering 1 in 20,000. You really have to ask yourself, at what point is it not just pure chance anymore? So with that whole "it's just a comet" explanation looking weaker and weaker, some scientists are starting to ask a pretty radical question. What if this thing isn't natural at all? And this brings us to the really crucial point. If it isn't a natural comet, then we're forced to seriously consider the possibility that it was sent here deliberately, that this is an artifact from another intelligence. One leading expert is even speculating that 3I/Atlas could be a kind of massive carrier craft, a mothership that's designed to deploy smaller probes to explore our solar system as it passes through our neighborhood. A strange visitor like this really highlights a much bigger problem. We need a whole new way of thinking about and classifying the unexplained things we find out in space. So to deal with this, a new system called the Loeb scale has been proposed. It's a way to rank objects from 0, which is definitely natural, all the way up to 10, which is definitely technological. Our mystery object, 3I/Atlas, would probably land somewhere right in the middle. And this really shows a huge gap in our global preparedness. If we find something that ranks high on this scale, who decides what to do? Who responds? Right now, there is no plan. The answer is nobody. All of this data, all of this speculation, it's all leading to one specific date on the calendar and one profound, really unsettling question about our future. You might want to mark your calendars for this one. October 29th, 2025. That's when this object makes its closest pass to the sun. It's the key moment for any potential maneuvers, and a moment that will happen while the object is, very conveniently, hidden from our view. And this leaves us with one final provocative thought. If this thing really is a mothership, if it proves we're not alone in the universe, how does that change everything? Our lives, our society, our priorities? What would actually matter the day after?